Good afternoon, my subscribers. I know there's a few of y'all out there that are listening. Um, I really debated about doing this video. I didn't debate too long. By the time I blinked my eye, I decided, yeah, let me go on up one side this thing and down another. Before I even get into that, what you all are looking at is um, a charity case. And y'all don't end up like this. That's why I want y'all on my channel. Don't end up being somebody's charity case. Don't let your life culminate to the point where all you can contribute to the world, to the state, to the town, to the city, to the one room that you're sitting in. Your life has culminated to you, your existence being in one room. Don't let it resort to this for y'all. I want better for y'all. I do. Now, it's people like this that I did not want to speak on because I didn't want to really get my hands and my feet dirty. I just didn't. And I'm not going to. I don't have to. Um, where I'm from, people like this are considered like 8th Street women. Every town has 8th Street women. If y'all don't know what 8th Street women are, they're like women that they're at the end of their rope, you know. Um, it's just like the lowest of the lowest of the lowest of the women. And no disrespect to any women. Hopefully, the women that are on my channel are not 8th Street women. Because first of all, you're able to, hear me on your phones and all this stuff. So, but every town has them. It's just like the trashiest of females. And once you reach a certain age, like this one is, I consider you to be an 80th Street woman. Because the higher up the number goes, that means the worse your circumstances are. So this is not an 8th Street woman. This is an 80th Street woman. And believe me, y'all, I'm being very generous by even using the word woman. Very generous. But, when your life has just culminated to the point where you're living in one room, and you have to think about this, y'all. I mean, think about this. If my mother was on hard times, she would not be living in one room somewhere. She would be living with me. If I have to sleep on the floor, or if I have to sleep on the couch, she's going to sleep in the bed. She's going to sleep in my bed. I will give her my room. But I have an extra bedroom. So she would have her own room, you know. Or I can sleep on the couch in the living room, or I can sleep on the couch in the den, or I can sleep in the bed in this bedroom, or I can sleep in the bed in, the other bedroom, or, it's just like that, People like this are the lowest, and you really have to look at this. You can't listen to all of the garbage that comes out of their mouth. It's the filthiest, most vulgar, most disgusting things. And it's people like this that are at Hardee's, putting mayonnaise on your hamburgers. You know, it's people like this. It's filth and trash like this that you step over to walk into your jobs in corporate America, in downtown corporate America. You know, it's the lowest form of scum, is what it is. Um, I mean, this thing has spent hours talking about me. But you have to consider the source. That's why nothing she says bothers me. See, as long as you're not calling them out on what they do, they're fine. As long as they can keep, getting money from people and being, this low form of scum, of algae that has been reduced to, oh, support me. They're fine. Watch my ads. Support me. Donate to me. You know, I live in one room. My life, I'm a grandmother who sits around smoking blunts all day, and I have the nerve to get on here and talk about gay people, and all of you scum of the earth that are just like me, that are following along with me, that are supporting me. This is how I feel, so this is how all of y'all should feel. You know, it's all a big scam, y'all. And just in case y'all didn't know, their moderators are in on it. If they can't get nothing out of you, if they can't get no money out of you, you are nobody to these, this algae. But you got to consider the source. Always consider the source. Just because somebody opened up their mouth, you have to look at the mouth that's being opened. Consider the source. Whatever comes out of it, you have to look at at the algae that this is coming out of. Always consider the source. People like this couldn't bug me if they tried, regardless of what they say. Because at the end of the day, I already know that their life is all the bother that they are going to need for the rest of their lives. I mean, I don't want this for y'all. Man, woman, child, animal. Even if your cat is sitting in the room listening along with you, I don't even want this for your cat. If there's a rat up under your house, I don't want this for your rat. 9 times out of 10, that rat is living better than this person is. You know why I say that? Because that rat is self-supporting. That rat ain't knocking on your door saying, oh, give me a Cash App. Give me a PayPal. No, that rat is out there surviving, making it, grinding, hustling. There's always going to be trash like this. You have to step over it. I mean, it crawls out of dumpsters. Why do you think this is the kind of stuff that comes out of their mouths? Listen, I want y'all to listen firsthand. This is the kind of stuff that comes out of mouths of people who are just blunted out grandmothers who have turned into a charity case, that even that their own kid, you have to ask yourself, what child would let their mother live in one room? I mean, I can turn on my wireless. If I want to, I can record from my bedroom or the other bedroom or the living room or the den or the kitchen or the laundry room. You know, even my bathroom if I wanted to. You have to always consider the source. You know, these people always have something to say about everybody, because you have to remember the character of the people that are supporting them. They're just like them. There are more losers in life than there are winners. Never let a loser even penetrate your shell, because their lives are a living hell every day, you know. See, this is what happened. Somebody gave her money, and then they gave her money the next month, and then they gave her money the next month. Anyway, it ended up into the hundreds of dollars. And I guess, for whatever reason, maybe they thought about it later on and they said, well, I made a mistake by giving this person my money. And maybe they overcalculated the amount. Let's say, for example, it wasn't $900, but it was $600. But they made a mistake and said that it was $900. Now, this, you got to remember, this person needs that $600. You're never going to get it back. But if you record a video, or if you go and tell somebody on YouTube that, well, I gave the person $900, they're going to do hours and hours and weeks and months of videos talking about receipt this, receipt that. They want receipts, receipts, receipts. It wasn't $600. I mean, it wasn't $900. It was $600. It don't matter how much money it was. Your ass took the money. They wanted it back. You wouldn't give it to them. And so they went on a mission of telling people at every chance that they could how you are. And every video, they're just talking about receipts. Show the receipts where it was $900. It's not the amount that matters. The point is, the person gave to you, but now they want their money back. And you refuse to give them the money back. And everybody knows why, because the money been smoked up. You done smoked up that money. You done bought blunts and all weed and everything else with that money. That money been gone. But now it's an opportunity for you to make even more money now by dragging the person. If somebody gave me $20, before I open up my mouth and say anything bad about them, I wouldn't say nothing about them. Because I have to remember it was given out of the goodness of their heart. Even if it was $20. This person received hundreds of dollars from this person and dragged them for months. Because it wasn't $900, it was less than $900. And you have to remember now, when they gave them the money, they were in one situation. But see, karma always comes back to get people like this. They paid their rent, and shortly after, where they was living, the place was demolished. That's karma. That's that money you should have gave back to that woman. Karma came down and dealt with you. You paid your rent and you still don't have a roof over your head. That's karma. That's that money. And then now it's everybody that watches you's responsibility to put a roof over your head. Take your ass to a shelter. I mean, you ain't but that far from a shelter right now. Ain't you living in one room? Do you have your own kitchen, your own utensils, your own bathroom? No. You might as well be in a shelter. What's the difference? See, people like this, they go through their whole lives wasting away their life. Only thing they've ever done is spit out a baby or two that at the end of the day won't even lift a finger to help them. I mean, that in and of itself says a lot. That in and of itself says a lot. Even if you don't want to be a burden on your children, a decent child is going to refuse to let their mother live in one room somewhere. But you know, you just have dumpster type 80th Street women like that, and they're all over YouTube, and their life has just been reduced to just being a charity case. And it's all a scam because the moderators are all in on it. They try to tell you, ooh, you know, um, she shouldn't have to have a cash out party for this, or she shouldn't have to have that. It's gonna be a club that you pay to be a member of the club, to sit around while you got some trash that has been reduced to nothing, has been reduced to you know the dog crap under the bottom of my shoe that I just stepped in and can't wipe all of it off. And it's my responsibility now, to support you. Because at the end of the day, you know what? I'm just like you. I ain't no better than you are. So in their mind, there's power in numbers. So, let's all scrape up whatever change we can and pay the monthly dues for this club, so she can continue to buy blunts and live in that one room and get on here and make 2 and 3 hour videos about anybody that tells the truth about her, out of her own mouth. She stated that someone accused her of snatching up kids. I got that out of her own mouth. She said that herself. I heard that with my own ears. That's where I got that from. Now, and I still say the question that I ask myself from observing and listening to something like this is there any truth in it? And the first thing that comes to mind, without even a shadow of a thought, in a millisecond, is yes. Because this is the same person who, when I made cartoon videos for, and granted, she never asked me to, but she damn sure made sure that my name wasn't mentioned nowhere on the video when she showed it. My name wasn't mentioned nowhere on her channel. She didn't want me to get no credit for it or nothing. I knew then she was trash. But I have a weakness of trying to see the good in people. And, quickly I learned that either it's there or it's not. It can't be there one day and then not there the other day. Either it's there or it's not. And, eventually you wise up and you realize that, a lot of these people, their lives reflect who they are. And their followers reflect who they are. And their moderators reflect who they are. It's just, these are low people who are just failures in their life, and like mega failures. That's what I call them. Mega, like the biggest failures you can be. you know and they claim they're all this and that and all this and all and everything else, but at the end of the day, y'all, you know the men, you have to ask yourself, see, to a homeless man, any poo nanny is good poo nanny. To a homeless man, you have to, I'm just setting this as an example. A homeless man, if he get any poo nanny, he good. So you throw a 80th Street piece of trash in the midst that think she got the best poo nanny it is, you have a whole narrative. He happy, she happy. Because believe me, whoever gave him whatever, he done gave it to her. She can't come on here without smoking a blunt. She gonna sit in that one room for the rest of the year, smoking blunts, doing lives, dragging people, manipulating her viewers, coming up with names about anybody that have an opinion of her. And see, I don't have to use one curse word. The truth about these people and their lives, is enough. And I'll do it day after day after day if I have to. See, she has to write one. I can record from this bedroom today. Tomorrow I might go in the other bedroom and record. Then I might go in the living room, and then the den, and then the kitchen, my private kitchen, my private laundry room, my private bathroom, my private dining room, while you're sitting around deteriorating in that one room, being a charity case, and got the nerve to open up your mouth and have anything to say about anybody. But y'all have to remember, this was the very first, she didn't waste no time coming up defending the allegations about Zillionaire Entertainment. Now, I've already showed y'all what those allegations were. You have to ask yourself, what character of mother would defend someone who's been accused of things like that? The allegations surrounding Zillionaire Entertainment. You have to ask yourself, what mother would defend someone like that? Most women, they wouldn't have nothing to say publicly about it. They wouldn't get on a public platform and let it be known to the world. Ooh, I defend this person. I'm nothing, but I defend this person. It speaks volumes. But yet, you state someone accused you of snatching up kids. Do I think there's any truth to it? Because I'm asking myself that question. Yes, I do. And I stand firm on that. I don't need any proof of anything. I don't have to prove that you did it. All I have to do is look at the circumstances and what I see and what you have culminated to and how you behave and the things you're capable of doing, the things you've done, what your life has been reduced to, how karma eating your ass up from toe to toe. And quicker than I can blink an eye, the answer is yes. I believe someone like you is capable of that. I do. And I will always think that about you. How did I come up with the accusation? It came out of your own mouth. You spoke it. And you always say, I'm 4'11". It don't matter. It don't matter how tall you are. Desperate people drive people to do desperate things. There are desperate measures people take. I mean, isn't that all you exhibit on here is sheer and utter desperation for blunts, being a charity case, trying to manipulate people? Whose fault is it that your life has been reduced to the kind of person that would have to step over you in the street to go to work and clock in on a job and support themselves? But yet you have an opinion about it because they decide not to throw a dime down in your nasty stinking hands so you can gather up enough change to stay in that one room and smoke a blunt. You have to always consider the source, people. Always consider the source. In everything you do, every day, always consider the source. You know? And in this case, the source is just that. Something that I would step over when I was working for other people. This is the kind of person I would step over to go to my job when I was working downtown in any given city, in any given state in America. But yet they have the audacity to open up their mouth and have something to say and think it means something. You know who it means something to? The people that are just like them. People like me. it means absolutely nothing to people like me. You can think whatever you want about me because I consider the source at all times. So here she goes, and I'm going to end the video.
You doesn't motherfucking support me. So why the fuck does it matter?
Okay, and I never will support you.
Andrew, I hope everything is okay with you. Sunshine.
I never will support you. I'm just going to have to keep it real. I never will support you. It's not my responsibility to support you. I mean, what wakes you up every day feeling like the world owes you something, I'll never know. But no, it's never been my responsibility to support people like you. It never has. People like,
Us beneath you. Bitch, by this time, how the fuck does you know I'm not saying good?
and
okay? Because you doesn't know what the fuck was going on once this motherfucking camera go off.
Exactly. See, they give her the money and she claims that, oh, I'm not on here asking for money for blunts. But that's exactly what you're doing with the money. In your one room. And you're somebody. Because you got, 336 views. You're somebody now. No, all you are is, it's just 335 people that are probably going to end up, if they're not already in the same situation you're in. You know. And the thing about somebody like this, they can't stand alone. You know, anytime they do something about me on their channel, they have to always have these other people weighing in on their live, calling in. She had a call in about me. People calling in, chiming in. Stand on your own. Stand on your own crusty feet. That's what you do. Stand on your own crusty feet. You can't do it. You have to have your little yes men and whoever calling in and trying to say somebody clout chasing off of you. Okay, let me make sure I understand this right now. Okay, so I'm clout chasing off of somebody that they own kids won't get out of a one room, I guess, isolation chamber. You're in a one room isolation chamber and your kids won't even come and get you. But somebody like me is clout chasing off of you according to one of your call-ins. You know what? Your call-in is trying to get their life together too, because you know what? They in the gutter just like your ass is. The people that support this person, believe me, y'all, they ain't but that far from a homeless shelter theyself. And they running scams too. They teach each other how to do it.
Okay? You just know.
If it wasn't for Kanika Jenkins, this person would not even know what a PayPal is. Kanika Jenkins has fed a lot of these people. But at the end of the day, karma is coming back to eat their ass up. One by one by one.
What the fuck was going on? So by this time, bitch, by you saying that, what's the motherfucking joke to me?
On one part in here, she mentions me. I'm gonna let it play.
Bastards.
I lost my place, y'all.
Continue. Is this being real with me? What?
And don't she sound like, you know, it sounds like there's a blunt stuck in her throat.
Just because I was seeming happy, this, that, and the third, you doesn't know what type of motherfucking toxic shit.
Yeah. This is like beyond toxicity, y'all.
Okay.
And she got something to say about everybody. She named up some kind of name on me. I think she calls me dumpster booty now. But, you know, I consider the source. I mean, you're a charity case. Your life, every day of your life is a charity case. Call me whatever you want. It's not going to change your circumstances.
This is what...
It's not going to ever change your circumstances. Your mouth ain't going to change your circumstances.
A bitch kind of really said.
I want y'all to hear what she calls me on here. And then I'm going to end the video.
I feel good. Oh.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, y'all, they satisfied living in that one room, smoking their blunt, sitting around all day running scams with their moderators and their followers on people. It's no different than somebody's outside with a can begging for help. But you got other people that are working with them that has already put change in that can. so that it makes passersby think, oh, well, somebody else felt sorry for him, so, I'll feel sorry for him too. And they'll have somebody to put a dollar bill in there, not just change, so that way if somebody walk by, they'll say, oh, well, somebody felt sorry enough for him to put a dollar bill in here instead of change, so I'll put a dollar bill in here too. That's all. I mean, that's the oldest scam in the book, Some old crusty-feeted, blunted out charity case, living in a one-room isolation chamber, got the nerve to get on here. But you know what? This is what she'll be doing. This is her living, you know. They have to support her. Because if not, she'll drag them. But you have to always consider the source, y'all. Consider the source. Every time, consider the source. 8th Street women are in every town, every city.
Is this being real with me? What is, I doesn't have to worry about that. No more. Okay. So when I wake up, honey, let me tell you something.
I light up that blunt and I get ready to try to scam everybody on YouTube. Anyway, I can't find it. I'm not going to spend too much time trying to find it. She calls me something. It's obvious how she feels about gay people. And, let her feel however she feels about them. Most people feel however they feel about 80th Street, blunted out, isolation chamber charity cases. So it is what it is. It just 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. Only thing is, I have the luxury of feeling about you however I want to feel about you in whatever room of my house that I want to. You're confined to an isolation chamber. You can't even pay your internet bill anymore now. That's why you go live through your phone. They're not going to let you install high-speed internet in that one room that you're living out of. Because you have to share the kitchen and the bathroom with whoever else is living, wherever it is that you're living at. You cannot install that. You don't have your own premises to even install high-speed internet on the laptop that these fools bought you.
Bastards. They live for today and pray for a better tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what your life has summed up to. That's what your life has summed up to. And y'all, this is what I don't want for y'all. I don't want this for y'all. When you see, blunted out charity cases like this, just step over them, clock in, do your 8 hours, and 9 times out of 10, they still gonna be right there. Step right back over their ass and go to the comfort of your home while they crawl back into the isolation chamber and scrape up whatever change that they could scam anybody out of and smoke their blunts and get on live and scam whoever is stupid enough to fall for it.